This is News 25 with Deanna O'Donnell. News 25, local news you can count on. News is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Give them a call, 727-9900. News is also brought to you by Desert View Hospital. You can count on us.
Happy Wednesday, May 4th. May the 4th be with you. I'm Deanna O'Donnell. This is KPVM TV and Ace Country Radio's News 25. Well, you don't need numbers to prove what's obvious. There's a lot of building activity in the Pahrump Valley. One big project that's been in the works for years includes the construction of more than 200 homes on the south end of town. Developers are paying for a new roundabout to be built on Highway 160 to help handle the increase in traffic in that area.
The Nye County Board of Commissioners heard from Mark Dunford, Vice President of Ad Avon Management, Inc., regarding the 24-month review of the development agreement with Nye County. The presentation included the background of the project, impact, long-term commitment, existing county policy, and future goals. The project began on February 7, 2005. Involved in this agreement are several entities, including the Hafen family and Bowman 160 owners. The agenda item backup says that market conditions during the recession is what halted the project. Now that the market is improving, they're anxious to get the 231 homes located on the south side built. The land is located off Mance Road west of Fox Avenue. The report says that the owner of the property has made significant improvements in the area and is helping to pay for a large roundabout to be built on Highway 160 at Mance Road. They also installed curbs, gutters, and a fiber optic communication line. Infrastructure, including sewer lines, has also been constructed. They currently own 4,095 acre-feet of municipal water, which is being held by Pahrump Utility Company. They plan to have drought-tolerant landscaping, low-flow fixtures, and appliances. They plan to encourage potential buyers to use lower water landscaping in their yards. They also are joining in the construction of a reclamation plant and expansion of the existing water treatment facility to be used for common areas of landscape irrigation. The owner is also donating $500,000 to the town of Pahrump for the Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue Services. The agreement calls for donating 12 acres to the school district for construction of an elementary school and sewer and water lines to the site. That obligation has already been met. They completed construction on Floyd Elementary School, which has been open for several years. 2 roundabouts have been approved for construction in the area, one at Mance and Highway 160, the other at Dalton, which is near Gamebird Road. The Silverton Hotel, which is planning to break ground in this area soon, is helping to pay for the roundabout at Dalton.
Well, the growing number of solar farms here in Nye County are not only creating green energy, but they're creating jobs too. There's a growing need for workers with the right skills for those jobs. Nye Communities Coalition Adult Workforce Programs Manager Ed Kelly says a unique fast-track program can help you get those skills and a good paying job.
If they come down through us, we'll get them enrolled in our program if they're eligible. Get them CPR trained and get their OSHA 10 construction done. They can do that right with us in the resource room. It's a jump start into the iron workers because they have a contract with this project. Will be a 1 year or a 1 job contract with the iron workers. So they will do the training with us. Then they jump on with them. They do 3 days in training in Henderson, and then they're starting to put people to work next month. And so as we get the individuals trained, then they start the job, start working, and the next batch will go through, start working, next batch goes through, starts working. So 25 openings to start right there, and then the project will continue on with other.
What kind of experience should you have?
None. You have to be 18 years old. You have to be able to pass a drug test, including marijuana, because it's federal. I believe it's somewhere down the line because of where it's being put or whatever.
Yeah.
In Union, so it's marijuana. You cannot be, even though it's legal state, it's not federal. So got to be kind of physical. It's going to be a physical job. So if you can't be out there, it's going to be working outside, and you have to work with tools, and you have to be able to bend over and be physical, pick up stuff, and that. So,
all right.
Yep.
And how do they apply?
Come down to NYCC. Come to the resource room Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. We'll screen you for eligibility, see if you're a fit for the program, and we'll get you in. We've done a fast track to enrollment. So usually if you have all your documents in hand, within a few days we can get you in, get you enrolled, and start the trainings.
And Nye Communities Coalition is located at 1020 East Wilson Road here in Pahrump. Well, ahead of National Nurses Day, which is May 6th, Desert View Hospital has launched a unique Earn While You Learn program to offer area residents the opportunity for full-time employment and a career pathway in hospital-based nursing. Earn While You Learn was created especially for area residents who are interested in a hospital-based nursing career. Applicants accepted into the program will be hired into full-time in entry-level hospital positions and will be paid while they receive hospital-sponsored certified nursing assistant training and attain their state CNA certification. They will then work full-time as a CNA until they are eligible for Desert View Hospital's tuition reimbursement program. Interested CNAs will receive assistance applying for Great Basin College's registered nursing program along with tuition assistance, all while continuing to have full-time positions and full-time benefits. For more information, contact Desert View Hospital. Well, the federal deadline for the Real ID compliance is now exactly 1 year away, and the Nevada Department of Motor Vehicles wants to encourage Nevadans to get the Real ID upgrade before then. On May 3rd of 2023, any state-issued driver's license or ID card will have to be a Real ID compliant to be used for identification when boarding commercial aircraft or entering secure federal facilities. Real ID is an optional program. At airports, the Transportation Security Administration will also accept valid passports, U.S. military ID, and a number of other documents. The Nevada DMV has set up a special website, getrealidnevada.com, to help residents decide whether to obtain a Real ID and show what documents they will need. News 25 will return right after this break.
You're watching News 25, the most recognized and farthest reaching local news in Nye County. News 25, local news you can count on. This segment of the news is brought to you by Sunset Valley Pools. For quality service and supplies, call 775-513-4114.
Welcome back to News 25. In today's health news, advancements in a bionic arm are revolutionizing life for amputees. Brad Francis reports.
We built the system actually using an off-the-shelf prosthetic as our basis, but then we put in high-level computing, and we put in touch sensation, and we put in movement sensation. So when you look at the limb itself, it looks like any other limb, but you can't tell that there's actually a highly sophisticated computerized communication and feedback system running inside of that.
For more than a decade, Cleveland Clinic's Dr. Paul Marasco has been working on a cutting-edge prosthetic to restore natural movement, sensation, and function to amputees. It's the first bionic arm that allows wearers to think, behave, and function like able-bodied people. Results from his latest research, looking at 2 people with upper limb amputations, shows the bionic arm allowed them to perform tasks with similar accuracy as able-bodied people. So how does it work? The system connects the wearer's brain through limb nerves to the prosthetic, enabling them to move the bionic arm just by thinking about it. Then it instantly relays sensation information back to the brain about how the hand is moving and when it touches something.
They feel as though their hands are moving even though they don't have a hand, and they feel as though their fingers are touching things even though they don't have fingers. And the interesting thing about it is that when we put all of these systems together, their brains actually feel like the hand is human.
Dr. Marasco says more research is needed before bionic limbs become common for amputees. He plans to apply the findings of this study to future research projects. Complete results can be found in the journal Science Robotics.
And Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue and Nye County Sheriff's Office are currently behind Wheeler Plaza, which is next to Pahrump Valley Auto Plaza, working a brush fire at this time. We just want to let you know about what's going on there, and if you want any updates, it'll be on our KPVM Facebook page. As part of an ongoing effort to prevent drug overdose deaths here in Nevada, the Nevada Division of Public and Behavioral Health and the Nevada Overdose Data to Action Program announced that the potentially life-saving medication naloxone is available without a prescription statewide and free to all Nevadans. The Nevada State Unintentional Drug Overdose Reporting System reported that the rate of accidental drug overdose deaths among Nevadans has seen a 20% increase from January of 2020 to June of 2021. This report showed that 2/3 of the deaths involved an opioid, over half of the deaths involved a stimulant such as methamphetamine or cocaine, and a quarter of the deaths involved an opioid and stimulant together. Fatal overdoses from opioids is avoidable with the use of opioid antagonist naloxone, which can rapidly reverse an opioid overdose. The Division of Public and Behavioral Health supports Nevadans treatment and harm reduction services through treatmentconnection.com, powered by Open Beds, to help people find substance treatment or mental health support. Of course, this program encourages all Nevadans to learn about these life-saving resources by going online to that openbeds.com. And if an overdose occurs, call 911 immediately. Well, the Culpeper and Merriweather Great Combined Circus came to town, then it left, but not before performing 2 entertaining shows under the big top here in Pahrump.
So the Culpeper and Merriweather Great Combined Circus is a one-ring traditional American tent circus, very similar to how you would have seen the circus 200 years ago if you would have went. We have acrobats performing animals, a very funny clown, balancing acts, and more. We worked with the Kiwanis Club here. We work with a non-profit sponsor in every town we go to help raise money for the communities. So everything from animal rescues to Kiwanis clubs to build playgrounds to put food on food pantries and just about every cause in between.
They called the town and they were looking for a sponsored organization. Well, Reba's name comes up. That's how we ended up. We decided, well, let's do it.
Yeah, because they're giving back, aren't they?
Well, yeah. They did well. We made money. I mean, that's what it's all about. They were happy with the crowd.
What's some of the funds going to be used for with the Kiwanis Club?
Basically, it goes for probably going discretionary. That's where, if we want to, sponsor, let's say like. A junior golf program in town, we can give them some money, things like that.
The majority of our animals in our show are rescues. For example, Wendell, our big cat, our lion, he was actually someone's exotic pet. Grew too big too quickly, they were overwhelmed, and decided to contact a zoo in Texas, who then reached out to us because they knew our level of animal care here. Our birds are rescues as well, all coming from different life stories, some better than others, but that's the beautiful thing about circus. You have all these people and animals come together and build this community. It's the closest thing to a utopia I've ever seen. Every day we're in a new town. We open March 18th this year, we'll go to the end of October. We'll crisscross America, go as far north as Washington, as far east as Ohio, then back down to Oklahoma. Our circus is based out of Hugo, Oklahoma, known as Circus City, USA, which used to be home to 20-odd circuses. To this day, there's still several circus people there. There's another circus down the road. There's an elephant sanctuary with 25 elephants literally down our block. There's a tiger sanctuary on the other side of town. It's a really unique place. We're on Facebook, Culpeper and Merriweather Circus. We keep the schedule up to date on the Facebook and our website, cmcircus.com. So you can see where we are, buy tickets.
All right, we'll return in just a moment with your student news.
You're watching News 25, brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500. News 25, local news you can count on.
Well, it's that time of year. Students in the Nye County School District are in their final weeks of the year, but there are still some important things to know about. Louis Sposato has this week's student news.
Hello, Trojans. I am Louis Sposato, and welcome to the final month of school. The first week of May has some pretty exciting news. Tomorrow, the PVHS Garage Band is performing a rock concert at 6:30 p.m. It is being held in the auditorium, and admission is $2. On Thursday, the theater is presenting a student showcase at 7 p.m. Admission is free and is being held in the auditorium as well. Lastly, on Friday is the Aloha Dance here at PVHS. It is the final school dance of the year and is being held mostly in the foyer. It is from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. and tickets can be bought at lunch this week. That is all for now, and good luck for all students taking AP exams, and make sure to study hard for finals.
We want to remind everybody that KPVM TV will once again be recording the Pahrump Valley High School graduation. And if you would like to order your DVD for that, you can give us a call, 775-727-9400, to pre-order those. And of course, we'll be on scene as well that day selling those digital copies or DVDs. Well, there are dozens of animals in our local shelters in need of a loving home. For today's Save a Pet, Darby O'Donnell Westerman joins us from Desert Haven, where she introduces us to Ralph.
This segment is brought to you by Higher Society Smoke Shop in Las Vegas. Call 702-982-2300. Call 702-982-2300.
Hi, I'm Darby here at Desert Haven Animal Society, and today we are joined with Ralph. Ralph is this adorable Chihuahua mix. He is so beautiful. He has this really pretty red coat with all of these nice little white markings and a little white mark that goes up his middle of his head, and also these cute little freckles. He has gorgeous eyes. He has one blue eye and one brown eye, and it just seems like such a little sweetheart. If you want to come and see Ralph or any of his friends here at Desert Haven Animal Society, you can give them a call at 775-751-7020. You can look them up on their Facebook page at Desert Haven Animal Society. They're now open 7 days a week for adoptions as well, and if you would like to go and sponsor an animal for adoption, so you pay for all their fees so that they can get adopted easier, you can do that. Just give them a call, 775-751-7020. Bye, Ralph.
He's cutie. Well, Clark County calls for new foster parents for infants, seeing a high number of infants entering the county foster care system. Leaders today asked residents to consider opening their hearts and their homes for their youngest foster children. So far this year, 467 children under the age of 1 have come into the county's foster care system, which is well above the pace from recent years. During all of 2020, there were 781 infants under the age of 1 in the county's care at some point. And in 2021, there were 793 children under 1 year old in the foster care system. Becoming a foster parent requires a special training, background checks, and home inspections, which altogether can take several months to complete. So to get started, give them a call, 702-455-0181. That's 702-455-0181.
News 25 Weather Cam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
Well, it's a little bit warmer, but I think we might have some wind coming our way. I'm not sure. I'm going to find out from John, just like you, right after this break.
News 25 weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. The splash of cream in your coffee, the dollop of sour cream on your burrito, the melted toasty cheese on your pizza. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
Hi, good evening, Nevada. It's John Kohler from the KPVM Channel 25 Weather Studios. Hope you are carpeting that diem today because we've got lovely weather, probably the best day all week, and we'll tell you all about what to expect coming up. But look at Fernley, Fallon, Carson City, all stuck together at 78 degrees. And for the next couple of days, there's a wind, low temperature advisory, and maybe some snow coming your way. Watch out, folks. Tonopah and Goldfield split the low temperature honors today at 73 degrees, 83 out in Beatty, 85 in Amargosa. That's our hot spot. Vegas close behind at 84, and out in Death Valley, 95 degrees, feeling kind of like Death Valley. But here in the paradise of Pahrump, well, it's 82 degrees. Sunshiny, beautiful day. Got as much as 83 a little bit earlier. Winds kindly out of the west-southwest at 7 miles per hour as the sun rose in all its glory and promise for the hope of a new day at 5:47. Setting this evening at 7:34. We picked up another couple minutes of daylight as we head for a low tonight of 58 degrees. It's going to be wonderful for about 12 hours, and then everything changes as we head into Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Look at these winds kicking up. Temperatures into the 90s, and then suddenly Sunday, oh Lord, what happens? There's a wind event. Now, we're not quite sure if it's going to be an official wind advisory or not. They cut it off at 20 miles per hour, and the estimates are fluctuating wildly. But look at it's blowing away all our warmth because Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday back in the 60s, mid-60s, low 70s. Not super great, but, it's springtime in Nevada. What you going to do? Back to the desk. Here's Deanna.
All right, still windy. That's how it's going to go, I guess. All right, so we have an event happening tomorrow night, and that is the contestants for the Miss Pahrump pageant going to be heading down there to Saddle West. If you would like to go and join the Miss Pahrump pageant, you could do that May 5th at 7 p.m. at the Hospitality Suite at the Saddle West, right there on Highway 160. If you would like to be a contestant, of course, you can head on down there. If you know anybody who's interested as well, you can head on down there. We hope you had a wonderful May 4th, and tomorrow, Cinco de Mayo. It's going to be lots of fun. We hope you have a great night. We'll see you back here tomorrow. I'm Deanna O'Donnell. Good night.